Well, pedestrian, in today's video, we're going to be playing skylines, and today's video, we're going to be doing our speed build. But so, we start off by expanding our little pedestrian area here. And in this episode, we expand our pedestrian area, we build a university, which is the main thing. And then we also put in a big residential area. And then also, we get to work on starting where our industrial / cargo area is. Or at least doing the outline. Then we also complete our main road that goes around the back half of our city. But so, I immediately start by building this road here, and just to split off the pedestrian street to where it ends. And then I do just make this nice little street here just to connect them into the tram hub, or well, the midway point kinda for them. So basically just have them all be connected into there, and then I give them ways to get on and off for each part, and then I do put in parts where they connect after I continue their layouts, or yeah, their tracks. But make sure I've fixed up the zone. Then I put in our university building in, just because that is well needed. And then I place down roads and all that just to connect everything around. Connected paths up to the roads, put in some dorms for a university, and most of the episode is honestly just me trying to figure out what fits for the university. And then I did just rework how this tram route came along. Moved that rock over just in this way it would stay. And then I moved where the curve is just to give us that bit more space, and also in this way the route for the tram was just a bit nicer instead of having that weird S-curve and stuff. And then we do end up just placing down a whole lot of different paths for our university, obviously. And then place down some other buildings. I honestly don't know all the buildings, but I did just choose to go with the generic university theme for this one, just because this would be basically teaching anything that would be needed, but it would be mostly tourism, just because the island mostly thrives off tourism. Or it would be like smarter people, but most smarter people would typically just go off to like a local bigger country, like for say Bermudans. If like I would imagine that if someone's smart or very smart, then they would move on to head to say the US, which also for like Bermuda, they don't exactly have big hospitals, so if you get in like a serious accident, you have to go to Boston, I think it is, or yeah, or wherever they said, and you are airlifted to there. And most Bermudans are also dual citizenship with Bermuda and the USA, just to allow them to be able to use the healthcare, and just because that's where they get most of their goods for like cheap. Just because stuff is extremely expensive because they have to pretty much import everything there. But then I just get to work on the road layout for our new residential area. Put a nice little curve there. Put in their little square box. And I did just put that extra square in there just to put in the curve. And I zone this all up with residential, and then I just leave the front open just in this way. It's just nice and open, which we do have to figure out what we're going to do with some dead space around like the airport area, but we used up a whole lot of the dead space, but we still have to figure out how to use that. But so that could be a project for a later episode. If you do have any suggestions, make sure to leave a comment down below. Then there a little tram stop, and then I realized that there was a small 4-lane road with tram tracks, so instead of having this tram route follow the coast on its own tram tracks, I just had to go along the road, just because then it's cheaper, 1, and 2, then we don't need to have as much terrain being changed. Fixed up some water issues, which this industrial area is mostly going to just be like well, what's it called, like services like water and power, which we won't need a whole lot of those just because we don't use a whole lot. And then here is to our second major hub. We aren't gonna have every single bus line come here, but all the tram lines meet here again, and then most of the bus lines that come beyond the airport will meet up here instead of they will meet up here and at the main hub, or I might even just disconnect them from the main hub and then just figure out what to do with the rest of the open slots there, like maybe add more tourist bus lines, but I don't know right now. That's something to figure out for a later episode. But we have this like little fort here, which if you also don't know a whole lot of like Bermuda at least, it was originally a British colony, so there's a whole lot of different forts. And it was mostly like a fort just to protect like that area. But I did just place down some different stuff there, and then I just connected this into the dirt road. That isn't permanent. Eventually I'm going to do like a man-made island like I did for the cruise terminal. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Do you enjoy? And if you have, make sure to subscribe. See you next one. Bye!